For more on this, joining me now live from Washington is Eland. He is a senior fellow at Director of the Center on Peace and Liberty at the Independent Institute. Great to have you here with us on TRT World. See, protests are happening. They appear to be huge and they are spread across the United States. But the big question is, are they going to have any sort of impact on Donald Trump?
Well, not in the immediate future, but I think they're on the right track by calling them No Kings protest, because the U.S. presidency over the last century has grown to dwarf the other branches of government, and the Congress is, which was originally supposed to be the premier branch of government when the nation was founded 238 years ago. It's this overweening executive power, that's what the U.S. broke away from King George of Britain starting in 1775. And so they're focusing on the right thing. I wish that it would be a bigger cross-section of America, because a lot of people in the middle and on the right are probably not there. But I think it's got to start there. And it's really a message to the politicians, and that's all it can be. There's not too many safeguards left against Trump really increasing his power even more. It's not Donald Trump's fault that this happened. It's been happening for over a century, but he's certainly running with the balls, as we say in athletics, and he has been challenging every informal norm that we have in this country, or at least a lot of them.
Ivan, what's the likelihood that this could turn into a nationwide movement against Donald Trump?
Well, it could be. He's the people who study this, academics who study protests, say that the protests are at this stage much greater than they were when he first took office in 2017. So it has the possibility of going into a big movement. We'll see if it's like the Tea Party or, those types of movements on the right. We'll see. We have to see. But certainly the number of people that are showing up at this stage in his administration, is lots more than early in the first administration.
Ivan, and what do you think would be the likely impact on the wider political spectrum of the country?
Well, the U.S. has a tradition of these types of protests, and Trump saying that anybody who protested in Washington would be dealt with very harshly with force, that's un-American. It's just flat out un-American. And I reserve that epithet for very rarely to use against anybody, but it is. We have a tradition of protest. In our Constitution, we have the right to assemble and to get the government to get the government to address grievances. And so protesting is all American, and trying to suppress it with violence is un-American.
Eland, thanks very much for joining me here on TRT World. I really appreciate your taking out the time.